More questions are starting to arise about the night Rob Bironas had his fatal accident. Tonight, a police report shows the wife of the former Titans kicker filed a missing persons report about 30 minutes before his deadly crash.
The report states that Rachel Bradshaw, Bironas, and a friend were watching movies at their home. Then she says her husband said goodnight. She thought he went to bed. She went to find him a little while later and noticed he was not at home.
Bradshaw says it's unusual for her husband to leave their home without telling her, and that they did not fight before he went to bed. She went on to tell police that he had a beer earlier in the night but wasn't drunk, and it was not in his character to do anything to harm himself. Along with those new questions, new information tonight about reports of an erratic driver in the area moments before the crash that killed Bironas.
Metro Police released those details just a few hours ago. News Channel 5's Chris Cannon has more. He joins us from the smart screen.
Jessica, Metro Police say a woman and her husband were driving southbound on Franklin Pike between Woodmont Boulevard and Battery Lane. That was Saturday night. They then went to police Sunday morning and say a man was driving a white SUV and tried to merge into their lane, and they swerved not to hit him. Then that couple that night stopped here at the intersection of Battery Lane and Franklin Pike to turn onto Battery Lane. They say that white SUV was behind them, revving the engine the entire time they were at that light. Then they both turned onto Battery Lane, and the couple says they pulled over to let that white SUV pass them. They say the driver then pulled up alongside of them, stopped his vehicle, and stared at them in the car. Then that driver took off down Battery Lane, and just minutes later, they drove up on the crash site. Now, here are some of the 911 calls witnesses made that night.
What type of vehicle was it that flipped?
I don't know. It's a white car. It's upside down in a ditch.
Several noticeably upset neighbors gathered on Battery Lane seconds after Bironas crashed his white SUV.
We can't see them. We're all out here trying to help them.
All right, I do have.
Someone's going up to the car right now.
Okay, I'm gonna stay on the line with you. Okay, I'm sending a paramedic.
Okay, thank you.
A Nashville couple driving in the area came up on the crash shortly after a few tense moments with another driver.
If it's a white Tahoe, he tried to run my husband off the road.
The woman said the driver was acting erratic.
He's dangerous. There's something. He's drunk or something. He tried to start a fight with us.
A few moments later, a white SUV careened off a Battery Lane and down into a creek.
I just want to tell the police there's something wrong with him. He's dangerous. He's drunk or he's on drugs. There's something wrong with him. He gave us a mean look. We don't even know him. He tried to run us off the road.
Now, according to police, the woman never positively identified Bironas as the driver of that white SUV. The timeline between Bironas' wife reporting him missing and the crash is very short, making this possible erratic behavior even more curious. Investigators have said there was no evidence of alcohol or drugs at the scene of the crash. We won't know if Bironas had any of that in his system until test results come back. Jessica.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, tonight the funeral plans have been announced for Bironas. According to Titans beat writer for the Tennessean, Jim Wyatt, he will be laid to rest on Thursday. The funeral services are planned for 2:30 that afternoon at the Woodlawn Roche Patton Funeral Home here in Nashville. Visitation will be held Wednesday night from 5 until 8 at that same location. Make sure you stay with us. On News Channel 5, we'll bring you the latest details on this developing case, both on air and online at newschannel5.com.